And we return, continuing, of course, Hollow Knight.
Nomino, nomino.
Oh, who is that creeping around out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. A strange, empty face and a wicked-looking weapon. Something important has drawn you into Hollow Nest's corpse, but I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help? Say no more, friend. I'm going to give you a gift, a nasty little spell of my own creation. It's just perfect for a little one like you. Oh. And let's get it.
Bueno,
Oh,
nin
whoops.
mero.
Don't be afraid. Have faith. That spell belongs to you now. All you need to do is take it. Oh, you won't be going much further without it, I promise you. And we get the Vengeful Spirit, one of the first spells, and usually the first spell in the game. Let's start off by doing that. And Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit is a pretty decent spell, but we won't really need much, like, use for it, honestly, for quite a while. Vengeful Spirit is a good, like, sort of barrier blaster, I would say, in a sense that its main use for now is just to break barriers, as though it's a pretty decent spell. It's not that good until later on. So we won't need to worry about much. That was horrible. But we now just have to go this way. It's fun how if you hit them off like the ledge while they're still rolling, they keep rolling. But yeah, I don't think there's any actual point to going this way other than some lifeblood, but you also get a good little bit of geo, which is nice. Heal up, of course. And I mean, geo's always pretty good. And now we have to fight a boulder. As you can see, it spits little baby boulders at you. And now it's gone. And we get Soul Catcher. Soul Catcher's actually pretty good.
Oh,
Oh, there you are. I was watching over you while you slept and must have slipped away myself. I woke up and found you disappeared. You're a surprising one. Oh. Actually, I wanted to ask you a small favor of you. You see, there is a certain creature leaking just above us, in the heart of this temple. Oh? Well, yet another surprise. You've slain the creature before I'd even asked. I scarcely deserve such a friend as you. You're a marvel. Oh. And look, the gate between us has opened. Oh. I'm sure you're eager to move on. Farewell, and have faith. Whatever you are seeking, it will find you. Oh. And I actually want to equip Soul Catcher. It increases the amount of soul we get when we hit an enemy, so that'll be really good for now. Now we can do just... Oh, how'd I mess up that bad? But we now just have to... And the thing is, for some reason now it starts to shoot the babies, which is kind of interesting how that turns out. And now that we've taken it out, we can feel free to go over here. And what's over here, you may ask? Well, none other than Green Path. Green Path has always been one of my favorite little areas in the game. I don't really have an explanation for why it is. It just sort of is. Careful of these enemies. If you get hit by that, I believe it takes away 2 of your masks. So it's really important to be extremely cautious around these guys. And yeah. Here's a little secret area. I believe these guys give a decent amount of geo. And remember, geo is an extremely important resource. Because something you need to get pretty early on, I would say, requires a lot of geo. I'm pretty sure it's more than double what we already have. There's a bench up here, which is nice. And all we have to really worry about is continuing further. Green Path is actually an extremely interesting area lore-wise, but when the time arises is when I'll actually, like, talk about it. Oh, and there is our first sighting of Hornet. There is a way to skip up here. There's, like, 2 methods of doing it. However, I don't feel like it. I haven't actually been down this way in quite a while, so I think it'd be fun to actually remember what's down here, you know? One more hit. Yep. Oh. I guess it was just an alternate way of getting down here. Yeah. It's over here. Nothing. Okay. So yeah, that was just an alternative way. And here we are. Fun fact about those enemies, I'm pretty sure they can actually cut the ropes of these things. So be careful if you're under one. And you also have the ability to use these things to actually destroy enemies, which is really fun. What's down here again? Oh, nothing. That's just a shortcut that we have to open up a little bit later. Though it's fun to destroy the enemies with the platforms, I would say it's actually more beneficial to good job, Giant. It's actually more beneficial to keep them alive, let me try that again. It's more beneficial to just defeat them with your nail so that you can get the geo. Because, of course, a lot of stuff requires geo. But here we are. Hello, Cornifor. Isn't this contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. And 60 for the map. So there is a grub over here that you can hear. However, we don't have the exact way of getting it. So that is an area we'll have to come back to later. And of course, it must be noticeable that it'll probably take longer to hit things with the nail. Oh, here is an interesting place. You see this and think, boss, right? Well, let's just get closer. Tiny squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill? To understand? Then take it. My journal, it will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter. And we get the Hunter's Journal. The Hunter's Journal is... it's difficult to really describe. Well, no, it's easy. It's basically the game's bestiary. The one thing I have to say about bestiary is why is it spelled bestiary? Regardless, it's basically the game's bestiary. And the more you defeat enemies, the more info you discern about them. The thing is, there really isn't a reward for completing it. So it's kind of... there's not really a point in doing so. Other than, like, completion bonus, I guess. Oh, fun fact, if you hit those guys while they're dashing, they like, bounce off of you and dash the other way. And, of course, we got another grub. And I think we can just feel free to go this way. Now, I haven't gone this way in a long time, in quite a while. Oh, whoop. But what's nice about this little location is that there's a bench here. And of course, our map is updated. And since we bought Cornifer's map, we can actually update the map of this area. Because the thing is, even if you have the quill, you can't update the map unless you bought Cornifer's map. So that's like something important to keep note of, is the fact that you actually have to buy the map in order to like upgrade, in order to like actually have it work. So yeah, just keep collecting geo. Oh yeah, these guys give off like 9 geo. That's pretty good for early at least. And here comes the moss chargers. They're not that difficult to beat. Like, they're not actually threats at all, honestly. But just feel free to keep moving. And you see Hornet go that way. Well, let's actually go this way. I don't think there's any actual point of going this way. Don't count me on that. Now, okay, here's an interesting place. We can't actually go this way yet, so I'll actually return to here in a bit. But we just have to go this way. Now, you see Hornet is up there, but let's go this way. The logic of Metroidvanias, especially for me, is go the wrong way, right? It's like, if you see something that sort of indicates where to go, don't go there. Do something else. And in the case of Hollow Knight, I pretty much have the general idea of where I'm supposed to be going, so I know just where not to go. Like, first. Now here's an interesting area. We can't do anything here yet. I messed that up. But yeah, this is another area where we, like, physically just cannot do anything with yet. So it's best to sort of ignore that for now. But we can go down here. And we can inspect it. From moss and leaf our life is drawn, while it grows upon the path we shall never wilt. But now that we have, like, that cleared away, we now have to go exactly where we need to go, which is up here.
So yeah, we just have to climb up here, and it'll sort of figure itself out. And a toll machine with the symbol of a bench. Insert geo. This is pretty much like, I'm pretty sure this is like a required thing. Like, I can't think of like any time I played this game where I never had to do that. Wow, okay. Oh, it doesn't do double damage. Huh. I thought it did. There's something over here. There is. More Geo. Which is always good, don't get me wrong. What's over here? Oh, we're over in this area. Basically, this area just gives us a lot of Geo, which is, of course, nice to have. And of course, if we go back this way, we can see this is exactly where we came from. And we're over here. And I messed up. Now, let's go over... Now let's go over here. The greater mind once dreamed of leaf and cast these caverns so. In every bush and every vine, the mind of Oon reveals itself to us. That's lore. I'll get more into the lore of Green Path when the time is like necessary, but it's not right now. This also is an area we can't really access yet. So the only way we can go is this way. And welcome to one of the most annoying games in the enemy. The most annoying games in the enemy. The most annoying games in the enemy. The Moss Knight. The strategy? Hit him with the spells. And then just whack him. Just whack him. Just totally whack him. And now we're free to continue. I always feel like there's like, it's supposed to be a secret right here, but there isn't. There is nothing here. And now that we're up here. Oh, we're still in Green Path. Okay. I was gonna say something, but wrong location. So we can go over this way. And you would think, oh, we're in Forgotten Crossroads. This looks like Forgotten Crossroads. But you check your map and you realize you don't have a map for this area. Where are we? And that, we won't find out currently. But I will take the time to explore it a little bit. See what all is here, you know? Of course, we get more Geo, which is always nice. We can't go over here, though. And you hear that? Oh, This guy came out of nowhere. Now, okay, here's one of the first little divergent paths in the game. You could fight this guy and save the guy that he's attacking, but you could also not, but the guy will die. I will fight him though. And so we now fight the Vengefly King. The Vengefly King is sort of like Gruzmother, where it really is just like an early boss. Oh, that was perfect. Perfect. Oh, couldn't have gone any better. So now that Vengefly King is defeated, just what do you think you're doing? You dared to come between me and my prey? Is it a habit of yours to scurry about, getting in the way and causing bother? Know this, cur. I am Zoot the Mighty, a knight of great renown. Cross me again, and you'll find out why they call my weapon Life Ender. Not grateful for a guy who just got saved by me, you know? But we can now just go this way. Now, of course, Moss Charger over here, and another one. What's over here? Lore. The green children walked from the dream unto these lands. Here we now shall wait patient for the call to return. Yeah, when it becomes like, there's a specific point I know in the future where actually talking about that will be helpful. Also, I kind of have to fight this guy. This is gonna be hell. Oh, he's down. Okay, that's one. Now it's two. Yeah, these guys are a little annoying to fight, all things considered. I may die. Shit. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, God. That was stressful. But what's good about getting over here is you get a massive amount of geo. So, like, it's really good to try and fight these two Moss Knights anyway. But it sure is a difficult, try. That's another one! Okay. I'm gonna try and get some soul real quick. And then I'll fight the guy. But, we won't really have to worry about that, actually. Because if we just go down here and right over here, that entire worry becomes a minute point because we get a bench. We're also going to get the stag station here. And let's now go up and fight that guy. Let's check what's over here as well, just to be safe. I bet there's... Oh, no. Shoot! I'll be back. All right, now we're actually back to doing it. And we got him. And of course, for that, we save another grub, which is nice. The more grubs we save, of course, the better. And now, I think it's time for us to go this way. There is actually, this is sort of the important area. And we'll be fighting another major boss here. Come no closer, ghost. I've seen you creeping through the undergrowth, stalking me. This old kingdom, a terrible thing awakens. I can smell it in the air. I know what you are. I know what what you try to do. I can't allow it.
And time to fight Hornet. Ooh. She really loves using that. This is one of the only battles where I think Vengeful is actually pretty solid at. One of the only few. I think it gets outclassed pretty quickly, even just by other later spells. Whoop. I finally took damage. I've done this battle hitless before, but of course it's not that hard of a battle, you know? Oh, I was hoping she jumped again because that'd be funny. There we go. That's Hornet defeated. And of course she leaves. And we get the Mothwing Cloak. Now before this goes away, I think you are able to run away from a certain thing that happens here. However, I'm going to let it happen. Or no, I think you have to do it. Oh, no.
Would it seek to break the seals? They cannot be undone. They must be undone. Let us sleep, little shadow. Return to your darkness. Allow us our peace.
And these are the Dreamers. I don't know exactly, like, why the sequence happens. I think it's just to give, like, a little mention of, like, oh, they exist. But, of course, we don't really have to worry about them for quite a while. Oh, that's the way we have to go. Okay. Of course I messed that up of all things. Of course, we can go over here. And the Lake of Un. And we can meet the best again.
Oh, hello there. Seems we both tread far from the path. I can hardly believe those dusty old highways led to such a lush and lively place. This building suggests some form of worship, though its idol has clearly been long forgotten. Doubles equally well for a moment's respite.
Thanks, friend. That's my friend. But with that obtained, we can now further explore specific locations, such as some bookmark locations, if you remember. So you may remember over here how I mentioned that we couldn't actually do it yet. Well, now we can. I'm still not good at it, but we can do it. I'm gonna die. Never mind, we got it. And we got Thorns of Agony. One of the not best charms in the game. Basically, what it does is that when you take damage, you counterattack, but its range is really bad, and it sort of messes up the flow of the game. Now that we're back over here, all we have to do is that, and oh, a 1 geo chest? What's up with that? Uh-oh. Now we have to fight not just one Balder, but 2 Balders. I may die.
I messed that up. Of course, this is the first time I die. And that's what happens when you find your soul. Now let's try that again. Now that's one taken out. Let's see what's just behind here. It is Baldur's Shell, another char. Now we can just go back here. To get that little bookmark, which is just this. We can also knock that down, though I'm not really certain what that even does. Oh, it made it easier for us to actually jump up there. I don't know why that exists then. But as we start to run back to a specific location, I'm gonna call it there for today. We did pretty good. We got a lot done, and we kind of got exactly where I wanted to get, which was beating Hornet. So yeah, we'll pick it up in the next episode. Have a good one, and bye-bye.